Welcome to Yaka Digital Network videos. Look at the daily flow of information across Kampala. When you write a school essay, your goal is getting words on a page in a logical order. But in a busy commercial environment, you have to cut through the noise. Notice how this large street-side billboard is constructed. The text and the images are combined intentionally to communicate a specific message at a single glance. Catching a customer's eye requires an entirely different approach than writing a standard report. This table compares word processing with desktop publishing. In a word processor on the left, text is constrained by rigid page margins. In desktop publishing, or DTP, on the right, you build with modular frames that can be placed anywhere on the page. To start a local business, like designing promotional materials for a Kampala Boda Boda service, you have to abandon word processing rules. You must adopt a publisher's mindset, treating the page as a blank canvas rather than a lined notebook. The most common mistake new designers make is opening their publishing software without a plan. They start dropping in text and photos, and the result is a cluttered, unreadable page. Professional designers follow the analog first rule. They draw a wireframe, a simple paper sketch that dictates where elements will live before they even touch a computer. Here, we block out a top section for our masthead, or main title. Identifying our target audience, locals needing immediate transport, dictates our visual hierarchy. We prioritize a large central image to show the service and place a footer with clear contact details at the bottom. The space left over is just as crucial. This intentional empty area is called white space. It prevents clutter and naturally forces the viewer's eye exactly where you want it to go. Sketching this layout first ensures you control the software. You know exactly what frames you need to build, rather than guessing where things might fit digitally. Now we move to the digital execution. If you try to build this wireframe in a standard word processor, you will find yourself repeatedly pressing the spacebar and the enter key, fighting to push images around the page. Desktop publishing uses frame-based design. Every element lives inside an independent container. Instead of a single stream of text, you use independent text boxes and image frames. You can drag, separate, and layer these containers cleanly without disrupting your layout. We can now drop our specific assets into these frames. This high-resolution photo of a man and his red motorcycle fits perfectly into our central image frame to immediately attract local customers. Utilizing independent frames gives you total creative control over layering and positioning. You bypass the strict margins and rigid rules of a standard word processor entirely. Frame-based design handles single pages very well, but larger projects, like a multi-page school newsletter, require consistent branding, such as placing the school logo on every single page. Publishing software solves this with Master Pages, a specialized tool that automatically applies a single design element across an entire publication. Instead of copying the logo onto individual pages, the software populates them simultaneously, ensuring consistency and eliminating repetitive work. Let's pause here. Grab a pen and a piece of paper to test your own design thinking. Sketch a wireframe for a school annual sports gala flyer. Use text boxes for a masthead and the venue date, plus one main image frame. For your branding, reference these colors from the Ugandan flag to guide your color palette. Practicing this structural thinking offline connects digital software tools directly to the real-world community needs around you. Once your frames are populated, your initial paper wireframe and your digital elements come together into a highly professional final digital flyer. To get that crisp, finished look, professional software uses non-printing guides and grids. These geometric lines guarantee that the edges of your text boxes and photos align perfectly on the page. To master electronic publication, focus on 3 skills. Plan with an analog wireframe, frame your elements in independent boxes, and align everything using grids and intentional white space. By developing these abilities, you can launch graphic design services, brand local businesses, and run community events right here in Uganda. You can watch more videos for all classes here and get all content at www.yaka.cc.